because he was in no way ready for that show because his back was hurting so much. We literally put a gallon of Kangen water into him the night before and the day of, and it got him through the whole show. But these are great guys, and I want to tell you that Roger was using the competitor's machine at one time. So this is a really kind of a nice thing because we steered him away from that. He even came to me and said, at the time, this was about 3 years ago, he said, is there a way for me to endorse this and get a free machine out of it? And I said, we don't use people like you to do that. And so yeah, so now he owns 3 machines and he travels with them everywhere, and Pete's getting back into motion again. Hopefully they get back on stage and perform the way that they have in the future and in the past. So we're looking forward to seeing them again soon. Carlos Santana. I've been with Carlos now. Yeah. I've actually taken Mr. Higa and his family and Don and his family and a few other people. And we've really had a good time with him in Vegas and all over the place. And Carlos is a big advocate. I mean, his daily diet is hamburgers and French fries and Kangen water. His wife got him involved with the Kangen water, Cindy. And Cindy is his drummer. She's been a jazz band, drummer for many, many years, world renowned. And now they just got married. She's got him completely wrapped around the Kangen water. As a matter of fact, I got a call this morning from him on my way up here from Palm Desert because he wants to buy another machine for the traveling because they lost the one that they had for the tour. Yeah, common issue with these people. They lose them, and I like it. I really do like it. I like it a lot. Again, one machine at a time. That's what I have to deal with. In this case, 3. My good friend who I've been with for now 7 years, Steven Tyler. Steven is a character. What you see on TV is exactly what you get when you're with him in real life. Couple stories. Whenever I'm in trouble, or not in trouble, but whenever I can't be 3 places at once, I always rely on 2 people, Stan and Don Prosser. Don travels with me from time to time on tour when I can't be doing 2 things at one time. And if you've been to a concert, you always know that there's an opening band and there is the main attraction. And with Steven, obviously, it's always the main attraction. So Don accompanies me on these trips. So when you see these pictures of us and we're backstage, what we're trying to do is kind of give you an insight without kind of opening up too much, because we're not allowed to, kind of show you the real ins and outs. But me and Don had a really good time. And this picture was actually taken in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Steven was just off his rocker when we came in with that case. And the way that he presents himself is bigger than life. The pictures that you didn't see before that is when he jumped himself into my arms, and I literally was carrying him while I'm holding the case, and Don's behind me with 15 bottles of water. Steven's a great guy, he's a great advocator. How you doing? I have a call?
It's another one of your friends. He's got a couple things he'd like to tell you.
Okay. Is it good or bad?
Can you take this in down here? Just so the iPad doesn't fall down.
It's like a day in your life.
If you come over here, you can see him. You might be able to see him up there here in a second. He can hear you.
We can't hear him.
You can't hear him? Okay.
Hold on, Ron. Ron was supposed to be here today, but had an unscheduled trip to New York.
You'll be able to hear if anybody reads lips. Anybody can help? He'll be on here in a second. You can talk a little bit about it.
Okay. Ron, he's a good friend of mine. He's not. What are we looking at?
Turning up the volume.
He's not one of my clients. He's a friend, a really good friend, and so if we can get him on. Again, he was supposed to be here. He backed up because he's not used to large crowds. That's our face, isn't it?
Can you? By the way, didn't have this face till I started drinking the water. I guess you can hear me now. It's a short time when we get loud like that. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Just sitting there telling people about the Hollywood lifestyle with the water. How you guys doing?
First of all, I wish I could be there with you today. I was supposed to be. I got some last-minute business in New York, and so, which is my hometown, which is where my 91-year-old dear mom is, and so I had hightailed it on back here. But due to the miracle, not only of the Kangen water, but of the Apple technology that allows me to be there with you as a talking head, as a celestial head that just seems to be floating in the ether. How you doing? How you doing? I see me in the background there. Kind of disconcerting. I see me twice now. I'm not that thrilled with once, but twice is way over the top. Anybody got any questions? Oh, I love you back.
Why do you drink the water, Ron?
Well, I drink the water because, first and foremost, because Todd was so up my butt that I basically started drinking it just so that he would have something else to bug me about. But you know, I'm not going to tell you my age, although Entertainment Tonight was very happy to say, and turning 62 today, Ron Perlman, about a week ago. Thank you. Anyway, you know, when you get to be my age and you're in a performance-oriented kind of a profession like acting is, you kind of have to have your physical potential, you know, always be at its peak level, because what you're doing is a physically oriented, performance-oriented task. You're noticing that all of the knocks and bangs that you took when you were in your teens and 20s and 30s begin to really start haunting you in your 50s and 60s, including things like arthritis and stuff like that. I've only owned Kangen now for about two months, 2.5 months, and I've already noticed that I'm pain-free in my ankles and knees and elbows and joints. I was starting to feel the beginnings of arthritis in certain of my joints. It seems as though the progress of that becoming an issue has been kind of diminished, if not stopped in its tracks. Those are the most obvious things that I've noticed in the very short time that I've been drinking the water consistently. I drink a lot of it. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life, really. And I look fantastic, don't I?
Have you improved your golf game? Because we all know what that's like.
Yeah, we don't all know, Todd. Next time I see you, I'll pay good money if you wouldn't share what you know with a bunch of strangers. But the answer is no, it has not improved my golf game, and you told me that it would, so.
Ron's wife, she actually, who does she know that has one that introduced her to it?
I can't remember.
His wife came home one day when I had a loaner machine in this house, because I've been trying to get him to get on this water for quite some time. I was giving him loaner machines, and our schedules have crossed, and there's been excuse after excuse after excuse. But when I finally drove up to his driveway a couple months ago, and I saw, what is it, about 10 of these Sparklets or Arrowhead jugs out in front with the sunlight beaming down, it was a blessing to have Stan with me and us being able to hook up this machine and do it without all the hoses, especially. That was a big thing for him. But now that he's on the water, it's a blessing, and I'm glad that he's there with us. And I really appreciate you taking the time out with this
Which reminds me, Todd, I have to call Arrowhead and cancel my subscription. Those 5-gallon jugs are accumulating in my driveway.
Hold on. You want to talk about checks?
So Todd, on that note, let's really thank both Todd and Ron for making their schedules available for us, for them to be here. Ron, we really appreciate it. And you guys know that we're the celebrities out there in this thing, and running all the time, the whole wide world does. And we've been doing it before them. Okay, so this is awesome. So Todd, thank you.
One last thing, I just really want to thank Stan and Don Prosser because they've made my life so much easier, and without them, I really couldn't have done a lot of the things that I've done so far. So, thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. So I'm going to be